Okay.
10 minutes for our presentation though. 5 minutes.
Okay. Okay, so I will start now. So good afternoon, professors. Today I'm going to present my transcription business model, which is the research that I've done throughout the semesters. So to long story short, my business model, it means that have you ever seen a subtitle beneath the videos on social media, such as like YouTube and Facebook? That's what my focus is at. I will be the provider of that subtitle or the transcription business model, as I said. So let's begin to the second part of the presentation. So at the idea pitching part, I did the business model canvas to mapping out my ideas. So I divided them into 9 sections, but most importantly, the 5th section, the revenue stream. So in this case, the revenue stream is one of the most critical point that I have to point out in this research is that the way that my business gain revenue is providing the video transcription services, right? So I have to identify the appropriate price to charge for my customers. So it will be based on the minutes of transcription. And another important part on the left bottom is the cost structures. As I am the business owner, I have to come up with all the costs, fixed costs, variable costs, explicit cost, and implicit costs, which will be discussed later. That's for my business canvas in the pitching model, pitching period. And moving on to the second part of this research is the pricing strategy. As I said, it's one of the most important, right? So the first one is the competitors' prices comparison. So I did a research on 28 companies that are available on the internet, which is on a global scale because none of them are Thai players at all. So only 23 of them are providing the language translation services. So, but unfortunately, I guess, only 8 companies replied to me with the code prices that I've sent to them. And I averaged the price out, and how should I say, the average price is $3.38, or transferred that into Thai baht is 101.88 baht per minute of transcription. So I will stick with that for now. So next part is my primary data survey collection. So what I did was I utilized the cost of focus group respondent. So I point out to the content creators such as Thai YouTuber. So these guys that you are seeing on the left side, they are the famous Thai YouTuber that I have working with. I am currently a translator for them. So I can get a chance to interview each of them about the satisfactory or willingness to pay of them for my business prices. So the expected population size is around 15 to 20%, but I am capable of only getting 10 respondents. We will be showing in the next slides. So the method is the interview. Yes. So lastly, the Gable and Granger pricing method are using as the main tool of the price estimation in this case. So this model is very effective in terms of measuring the willingness to pay of customers. So in this case, after I have collected the primary data, I put them into the Excel file, and then it generated the calibrated percentage of the price point that how much would customers willing to spend in each proportion of the price. So that's for my pricing strategies. Let's move on to my second part of the research strategy, my future plans. So what are my future plans to this business model after I launch it? So the first one is I want more available of languages transcription to be available on my platform, such as Chinese, Mandarin, and German, those kind of stuff. And the second one is to come up with a perfect business plan in order for me to get to the various kind of investors, such as VC and stuff. So the third one is to turn off the process that I've been utilizing on the platform, let's say on the website, turn them into the smartphone. So from that, customer can get to me a lot more easier. And lastly, which is one of the most important and the hardest, is to develop the auto transcription using the technology from AI. So that's my future plan. And moving on to the most important part of my research is the data analysis. So as I said, I use the price estimation of the Gable and Granger method. So let's begin with that. So after I after I have collected 10 data from 10 10 Thai YouTuber, their satisfactory level of willingness to pay brought it down at the calibrated logic model, which is 30% for 100 baht, 20% for 110 baht, 6% for 120, and lastly, 1% for 130 baht per minute of transcription. So what is this telling me? It's telling me that if I increase the price by 10% from 100 baht to 110, I will lose the customer around 13% of them. And if I increase the price of 20%, I will lose the customer about 27%. So I better stick with the average price or the price that I get from the competitors, which is 101.
Sorry, just one quick question.
Yes.
This is more like price elasticity demand.
It's the willingness to pay. Yeah.
Okay. So how do you estimate the number? Like price increase by 10%, 20%. Like you saying that we are losing like 13-20%.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't include it in this, but as I said in it before, that I estimated the price of the competitor, right? And only 8 companies replied back to me, and I averaged the price out, and the average price is 101.88 baht per minute of transcription. So I use that as a base of what range should be conducted into the Gable and Granger price method. So in this case, I would start with 100 in the first stage, 110, 120, 130, and then I ask each of the respondents to say their willingness to pay for each category of the price. Yeah.
This is you ask, so this is the real data or what?
Yes, this is the real data. I asked each of them because I work with one of the channel here. I work with a Gekai Slider channel, which is like one of the most famous Thai YouTuber right now, and I do get a chance to know. These fabulous person that I asked them about. Hey, will you at this price? Will you willing to pay for my service so that I can transcribe your videos into Thai to English? And they say yes, and some say no. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. May I proceed on?
Sure.
Yes. So that's it for my Gable and Granger pricing method. So let's move on to the scenario analysis, which is a part that I have done to show off my cost in doing business. So as if I learn business online, the first thing that comes in mind is the domain renting. Of course, I need to have a domain, which is like .com in this case, 40 baht, and the computer depreciation that I have to provide to my staff for work, and the cloud service renting. Also with a website developer, 1 position, in this case, 1 person, human resource, 1 person, and administrator, 1 person. This also including the electricity cost, the advertising cost, and the commission paid to the freelancer that come to work with me. So proceed on to the implicit cost. As I'm the economics student, I have to include the operating cost in here as well. So the first one is the interpreter's average salary cost. As the freelancer comes to work with me, they have to abandon their other elsewhere place for them to work, and that cost is 22,345 baht. So I included them in, and also my cost of doing business of my own business instead of going work on 9 to 5, 5 to 9 job, like daily job. So I have to include that in as well. So in terms of revenue, as I said, I will price my service at 101.8 baht with the total revenue that I get from deducted the commission of 20.38 baht. So to cover all of my costs, my both explicit cost and implicit cost, I have to do at least 5,840 minutes of transcription per month for me to cover all of these costs. So let's move on to the second case of the scenario analysis. So the cost structure will be the same, except for everything is more expensive, and we require a lot of number of staff to work with us. Let's say 3 website developers, 3 human resources, 3 administrators. And in this case, I have to do 11,962 minutes of transcription in order for me to cover all of these costs. And another thing that have come up is the left side of the screen, which is if I have 100% of the profits and I keep the 40% of them are the retained earning to reinvest back into the business. I will come up with 14,950 minutes of transcription for me to scale up from the scenario analysis 1 to scenario analysis 2 as you see right now. I need to do 14,950 minutes of transcription. And lastly, if I move on to the third one, the scenario analysis 3, I require more people to do the job with me. It's like 5 people in each position. And it turns out that I have to do at least 19,040 minutes of transcription per month for me to cover all of these courses with 23,766 minutes of transcription for me per month to upscale from the second scenario analysis to the third. So that's it for my scenario analysis. And to conclude everything that I have said from the start, 3 critical conclusion points. First, I charge the money per transcription at 101.88 baht. Second, the break-even quality is, as you're seeing right now on the table, and the right side is the appropriate quality for me to upscale from scenario analysis 1 to 2 and from 2 to 3 with the retained earning of 40%. So that's what that's what I learned from conducting this research throughout the whole semester. Thank you for your attention.
Okay. First of all, just to be clear, just to make sure that I'm on the same page. Okay. Because I'm not that familiar with this somehow. So you're talking about like the kind of service. Like, let's say I'm watching YouTube video. Let's say this video is in Thai, for example. And the what is it? You call it like what is it, like translation?
The translator, yeah. Like let's say let's say you're watching, as you know, like both Thai language and English, right? If you're watching like let's say Mandarin, like Chinese video, and then you need to know what they're saying, right? So you click on the captions at the bottom right of the video, and they will pop up, right? That section is what we are working on. We are translating one language to another. Yeah.
Okay. And it's like subtitle, correct?
Yes, it's a subtitle.
I always believe that that's free service. I always believe that you can get it from like YouTube for free. No.
In case of English language only, yes, it's free. But if you are the Thai content creator, the AI is not that advanced to capture the Thai word. And
so basically, you need someone else to translate, and then when you can put it on. Okay. And this is like 100 something per minute.
Yes, 101 baht. So
okay,
you can say 100 baht. Yeah.
Good idea, by the way. But I think you should start with the market first. I mean, how big is this market? You probably have to mention that somehow. Like what? Let's say I want to be a new player in the soft drink market. Then the first thing that people want to see is how big is this market. If this is like a kind of small market, why do I care? Right? So you can say that this is big market with value of 10 billion. So there is the opportunity for me to whatever jump into the market, blah blah. And then whenever I jump in, I estimate that I will be one of the biggest player, which share the market of 1%, 3%, whatever it is.
I see. Actually, I haven't like put them in the presentation, but as I see the trend of more and more people become a YouTuber after they graduated, and their content in a Thai market is like almost full, because what I can see, but I don't have the data to support it, by the way. But it's like 40 million subscribers in Thailand. Only Thai people or Thai kids is more than enough. It's like the market is already like at the full capacity of it, and that's why
I didn't mean the market of YouTube though. I mean the market of this service.
Yes, but I rely on YouTube for like
I understand.
Most part.
You can actually start with the revenue of those companies who is doing this service.
Oh, okay.
And then you can combine. Let's say there are 10 big companies. You can combine and you can estimate. Like, okay, this is the size of the market of this service at the moment.
Something
like that. Okay, so we need to move on to the next group. Okay, thanks, by the way.
Thank you so much.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, sure.
one slide you had written that your population size, target population was 15 to 20. Could you explain the math? Population size 15 to 20.
Oh, it's because of it's not came from mathematically, but the reason that I came up with that is that I want to get the data from the person who really is the content creator in this case, and my own capacity of getting to those people are not that much because they're famous, they are busy schedule, so I have to book their schedule in order for me to just like talk to them about the price, because I don't want to get information from normal people. I don't want to get survey from normal people like how many baht would you willing to pay for my service, because why would they care anyway? They are not the content creator, they are not the YouTuber. So that's why I came up with just like 15 to 20, but in the actual case I get only 10 because of the limited time and their working schedule is crazy. Yeah.
Right, so that was more like the sample size, right?
Yes, that's the sample size, the population.
All right, okay. And another question, so who would be doing the translation? I mean, it was supposed to be you, because when you look, the salary, I mean, they show the salaries for different people. I don't think you had a position of translator there.
Oh, well, one thing that I forgot to mention is that our company, let's say my company, right, is the intermediaries in between freelancers that they are normally working in a transcription, the translation field already, and link with the buyer, which is like content creator. Like normally they don't have these intermediaries. They are directly talking with each other. Let's say content creator wants to have their video subtitle with a subtitle, you're right, and the translator will send the word, right? So it's like two party send back and forth. But if I am the intermediaries in between, right, I can create a company, let's say company A, and then I have my own freelancers that are currently working as my partner, not like the things that I have to pay for the salaries. And the buyers, which is let's say the content creator or YouTubers, they want their videos to be subtitled, so they contact my company, and I give this work to the freelancers. The freelancer give me back the work. I collect the commission. That's why I have the commission paid with me, and I send the work to the video creators.
Okay, I see. Thank you. But I think there are some attempts to do the AI system who would be this middle person hiring the freelancers, right? So future might be, your company might be replaced by actually AI doing this kind of thing.
Yes, that's what the big tech company are developing, but it's one of the most hardest thing to do, languages. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying that there will be the AI doing the translation, but I'm saying there will be AI doing the assignment from the freelancers, right? So you don't need to hire your people, but there will be, instead of your company, there will be, a software will be doing this kind of thing.
Yes, of course. I understand now. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Thank you. That's all from me.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.